Hi, my name is Brad Beitzel, and the organization I want to talk to you about today is called Oasis for Orphans. I actually got involved in Oasis for Orphans about 10 years ago. I had good friends that decided that they were going to pick up and move their whole family to go serve as directors in an orphanage in Kenya. Fascinated at the move from the northwest suburbs to rural Kenya, I quickly became a donor that helped support them to go. A few years after that, I was looking for an opportunity to get involved in taking my kids to a third world country. And so I took my whole family over to visit them. And at the time, started holding kids, started seeing the program that was resident there in Southwest Kenya, and quickly became a sponsor of two kids, Miriam and Evans. And as I got more and more interested in the whole area and opportunity around orphan care in Kenya, I became fascinated at the fact that unlike America and lots of other parts of the world, Kenya is closed to adoption. So the only way you can serve the 1.8 million orphans in Kenya is to actually go, to actually set up shop, and to roll up your sleeves and serve side by side with the kids and the local ministries and churches and businesses in Kenya. I'm currently the chairman of the board, so my level of commitment has gone up each year over the last 10 years, and I'm proud to work in an organization that is dedicated to the rescuing and restoring of orphan kids in Kenya. The primary way that we care for the kids in the program is through orphanages that we build kind of ground up. We do have strategic partnerships with several local businesses, community members, and schools to try to provide for the holistic care of these kids. But we also work in the community with extended family members that can provide some partial care for some of these orphans, as long as they get some needed food and other kind of basic help. I got involved in Oasis for Orphans after being involved in things like Compassion and some other organizations where all I was doing was sending money. And a couple of years ago when this whole thing started, I was looking for a place to get involved where inaction had material and considerable consequences. So getting involved in Oasis for Orphans, meeting Miriam and Evans, and being the one that my family kind of talks to, interacts with, and provides for so that they have a chance, a fighting chance to live and thrive as the rest of us do, has been one of the greatest privileges, I guess, of my life. So you should get involved too.
Well, my name is Richard Taylor. I'm here to talk about Bike MS. Bike MS is a great charity that I've been a part of since roughly 2012. I initially started with Bike MS, I'm an avid cyclist, I enjoy cycling, and for me it was a matter of getting in miles, and any crazed cyclist loves to get their miles in, and it's a great way for me to get in 100 miles, which some people think is crazy to ride, but I enjoyed riding 100 or century mile rides. As I started to ride more for Bike MS, I really got into the true cause and the meaning and what Bike MS was for. It's really there to help to generate funds to help find a cure for multiple sclerosis. If you don't know what multiple sclerosis is, or MS, it's a unpredictable disease that impacts the central nervous system, and it impacts the flow of information between the brain and the body. And as I began to kind of fundraise and have people donate to fund my bike ride, I began to find out more of my friends and even coworkers who either suffer from MS or had family members who suffered. So the ride became more than just a ride. It became more of a purpose. It became more of helping to further find a cure for this particular cause. And so each year, this is one of the most well put together rides I've been a part of. Everyone's supportive. You have to go to the rest stops. The rest stops are fun with, they have ice, sandwiches. Sometimes they have music at some of the rest stops. The best part is the end of the ride. So at the end of the ride, they always have a huge dinner, huge meal, a live band. I think many of the years, 312 Brewery also funds the end of the day concert. So not only do they have their own cycling team, but they also supply the beer at the end of the ride as well. but it's a great ride. And for those that feel intimidated that, well, I am not a cyclist or that's too many miles, that's fine. You don't have to ride, but you can be a part of one of the rest stops and help support the riders. So there's something in it for everyone, something in it for you to do. So if you don't want to ride, come to the rest stop and be there when we do pull in, we need a break, we need water or Gatorade, whatever the case may be. There is some place for you to fit into this ride. And so please join us as well. We want to have a ADP team this year during the month of June in 2020. So looking forward for you to join Bike MS.
Hi, my name is Fiona Gill, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the Special Olympics of Illinois. It's a charity that I'm really passionate about. I'm actually on the leadership board, and one of the reasons why I joined the Special Olympics of Illinois board is because its commitment to diversity and inclusion, particularly with people who have intellectual disabilities. And diversity and inclusion is something I'm really passionate about, especially working at ADP. It's something we talk about as an organization every day. And I actually have a sister-in-law who has intellectual disabilities and has really benefited from the program. Special Olympics isn't just about the athletes, although that's a really big part of their programming, and it's a very important part that gives a lot of purpose and intention to the athletes, but it's also about making sure that they have the appropriate health checks. It's also about making sure that they have access to folks who can help them find jobs. A lot of the athletes are handicapable, and so it's not just about the athletic part of it. It's also about giving them great access to health checkups and health care, great vision checkups, but also giving them access to organizations who are willing to help them find jobs and have purpose outside of even the athletic side of the competition. So it's a charity I'm really excited about. Hopefully I've been able to give you a little window so you can get excited about it too.
My name's Carol Eno. My charity is Alpine Chapel's Reach Pantry. It's a food pantry. I started volunteering there about 5 years ago with my best friend so we could do something good in our community. And what I ended up doing was becoming extremely fond of the people that are shopping at this food pantry. We have a regular crowd. The crowd each week is nearly the same people, so we've gotten to really know the families that come in. The food pantry is supposed to supplement your food needs for the week. And what it does is allows people to have, I want to say, about $100 worth of food every single week, which gives you about $400 for the month that can pay car payments and mortgages, buy food, and you can pay your electric bill instead, so you don't have to worry about any of that. It's interesting because the families that come in you get to know them so well that I even actually befriended several people there, and certainly have befriended the volunteers there. The volunteers are something special. They definitely need volunteers to help them every single Saturday. It's a great way to go and get a couple hours in the morning. It's not hard, it's just a few hours. They could definitely use Treasure, as it's all donation based, and they do purchase some of the food from the Chicagoland Food Depository with grants from the state. And everybody who knows me, all I do is talk about the pantry. So like, I'm going to the food pantry. I do it every single week. I've done it every week for 5 years, and it's been so rewarding to me. So it's fun. It's a good time. We just have fun. It's fun, and we get to laugh a lot and make sure that people's bellies are full.
My name is Sochiru Volkaba, and I have nominated Garrido Stray Rescue Foundation to be here today for our first annual charity fair. The primary goal for Garrido Stray Rescue Foundation is to reunite lost pets in our local community with their owners. This foundation strongly believes in proactive redemptions. One of the most overlooked areas for reducing killing in animal control shelters are lost animal reclaims. Primarily shifting from passive to a more proactive approach, this has proven to have a significant impact on life-saving and allow shelters to return a large percentage of lost animals to their families. This foundation has saved dozens of pets and other animals within my community over the last few years. I'm very passionate about helping animals that are in need. Being a pet owner, I can't imagine what it's like to lose your pet. And Garrido Stray Rescue Foundation, helping owners get reunited with their fur family, is very important to me. The foundation uses social network to make sure we reach as many people as possible in the community so that they're aware that there's an animal missing or an animal lost in our neighborhood. You can get involved by simply following their Facebook page or taking a look at their website directly. There may be a pet near or close to your home that you're able to help save.
Hi, my name is Heather Moss, and the charity here that I'm here to speak about today is called Shelter Inc. About a year ago, a little boy, the same age as my son, was killed by his parents in Crystal Lake. The story received national attention. Another heinous crime, opioid-addicted parents, and despite countless interventions with DCFS, local police, and doctors, nobody was able to save this vulnerable child. His name was AJ Freund. Having recently moved to Arlington Heights, I felt compelled to do something. And I don't know if it was a product of having a son the same age or just the aging process, but through a quick internet search, I came across the organization Shelter Inc. and really wanted to have an active role in their board. So I started investigating and wanted to talk a little bit about their mission. It's threefold. The first piece is 24/7 emergency housing for children who need to be removed from a potentially dangerous situation. When I went to tour the girls' home, which is about 15 minutes away from here, I met two young girls watching a Lifetime original TV show. And one of them could only wave and smile. It turns out she speaks French because she was from a tribal town in Africa, and her mom had sent her to the United States to live with a relative to avoid female ritualistic procedure. And the relative that intercepted her here put her in a trafficking ring. And fortunately, Shelter was able to get a hold of her. And so she just smiled and waved because she only speaks French. And fortunately, through Shelter, they found her a good home in Hawthorne Woods where she is thriving. They all speak French together, and they are looking to adopt her. So that was the girls' home. I haven't been to the boys' home, but both of these homes are 10 to 15 minutes from our office here in Elk Grove. The other piece is a transitional living facility for older youth that are transitioning out of DCFS. And they actually have an apartment facility just about 5 minutes away from here. The goal there is to mentor and provide support to help these still children live independent lives. The second area of their mission is the foster care group, and there's 50 to 60 foster families being serviced today, one of which actually I know is an ADP teammate like the rest of us. And so a lot of times there's transition between the two. And the third area is actually a Healthy Habits proactive program that is to provide intervention for first-time at-risk parents. They work through hospitals and provide a safe place for parents at risk, and they have huge positive returns on this program. So I wanted to introduce Shelter to ADP because they're so close, they're in our neighborhood, and after doing further research, I found that in the local 4 districts surrounding our office, essentially, there are over 1,000 homeless kids. And I figure if we can all come together and support it, that would just help with the homelessness of these children around us. ADP so far has been super welcoming and have embraced the cause. We had a table at the charity fair. Shelter is already in the matching program, and Shelter was part of our giving tree this year where we were able to furnish 2 young adults transferring out of DCFS for their first ever apartments. So hopefully we can continue on the process because Shelter Inc. needs both our time and treasure. Thanks.
My name is Rosanna Michalski, and my charity is the Epilepsy Foundation of Greater Chicago. My son was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 4. He's now 12, and they have supported us with camps for him to participate in. They have 5K walks every year that we participate in and make sure that we raise as much money as we can to make sure that he's got, say, a safe place to play and enjoy the same things that other children can. What I love about this charity is that it allows my son to participate in many activities that he normally would not be able to participate due to his epilepsy. People can get involved by either participating in the walk and taking donations that go to supporting the foundation. They can assist in volunteer opportunities. I do volunteer opportunities throughout the year with them.
Hi, my name is Richard Taylor, and I'm here to talk about Leading with Literacy. Leading with Literacy actually started out as an organization called Real Men Read, led by Pastor Mike Neal. If you know Mike Neal, you know his passion for the community, his passion for the youth, his passion just to wrap his arms just around everything that's meant to uplift those individuals around him. That's just his strong, innate passion. And so with Real Men Read, the intent was to bring male figures into the classroom where he recognized a void. He recognized that presence of having males in the classroom for elementary school kids. And what better way than to invite different volunteers or professionals to come into the classroom and do something very simple, very basic, just read to the kids. No advanced skills required. And so Reverend Neal would have you come into the pre-K through third grade classes and read to the kids. But as Real Men Read became more well-known throughout the Chicagoland community, it eventually evolved into Leading with Literacy. And so the overall mission is to arm each elementary school kid with books and help to build up a joy and love for reading. And so I'm passionate about Leading with Literacy. I've been a part of the board with Leading with Literacy for the past 5+ years. I know the passion, I know the impact when Reverend Neal posts his pictures and videos. If you see Reverend Neal, he's a tall, muscular guy, but he looks like a giant when he's around the elementary school kids. And the feedback that he receives from those children who did not have a love for reading initially, but his presence in the classroom and bringing other people into the classroom and reading to them, when he goes back, they're excited to say, Reverend Neal, I've read this book today, or Reverend Neal, can you read us this book? And that's what he's looking for, that response, and to build up that sense of joy and that passion and desire for our children to become literate. He sees that need, he's recognized that need, and because of his passion, he's also very infectious about bringing in people to share in that vision, to share in that passion. So we would love to have you as a volunteer. We're always looking for people to go into elementary schools. Again, the only experience you need to join is just to be able to read to the kids. And if you don't mind that, being around some kindergartners or third graders, we welcome you to come out and join us. So please come to the community fair, stop by, talk to Reverend Mike Neal. He can further share his vision with you. And we're looking forward to have you in the classroom.
Hello, Jeff Redford here in the Des Moines office to introduce you to the RCH Wrestling Foundation. Me, RCH checks all the boxes. Local to Chicago, volunteer run, small, able to make personal connection with the at-risk student athlete that are benefit from what they got going on over there. They're in the atrium today. Stop by, say hello, find out how to get involved in the annual Gallifalding fundraiser. If you go see at the fundraiser, be sure to stay for the banquet and Chef Randolph's catering. He doesn't disappoint. Thank you.